subscribe, and bye bye. Hi guys, Lens back again with another video. I have my stylus with me today. I have my tablet with me today. I have my little thing with me today. So today we're going to be editing some photos I've done recently on Photoshop. I've selected a few of them already. I've had 13 selected, but I'm definitely not going to edit all of them. We're going to go only through a few of them. And maybe I should start by showing you the photo we're talking about. So I have a few of them here, as you can see. You got a few photos here. So these are the photos that we have selected. There are 13 of them. But obviously, these are some of the ones that I like. There are a few more. This was the concept. The original concept was something like this. Shout out to my boy Sean at Text Photo for You. Is the one who actually really put all of this together. He just asked me to assist and stuff, and yeah, we know co-directed this. Got a few stuff, and this is Lerato, in an excellent model. I'll leave all the details in the description below. So I'm not going to do this series of photos. They're going to come up as well. I've done these already, but I like this. I wouldn't say I like this more, but obviously these are some of the photos that speaks to me a little bit more, especially in terms of what I envisioned for the shoot as well. So I'm going to bring them up onto Photoshop. So we'll start with Camera Raw. Obviously, some people use Lightroom. I just like Photoshop better, to be honest, overall. So when I shoot generally on my camera, I was shooting with the 800D. Let me tell you, camera gears are. Let me say camera gear are overestimated. You wouldn't know which camera I shot it if I didn't tell you, but you can see it over here on top of the screen over there. So I use the 800D as the camera. Maybe I should open also this other app that just allows me to have a bit more things inside as well. Let's do this. Start. So as you can see here, the camera that I use is the 800D. And there we go. So this was the 800D, as you can see. And I crop my photo. So the camera crops them automatically because I just need this leverage to be able to know my cropping, especially for social media. So I'll crop it to full. This is how the photo was shot. Reset to default. So you can see there's just a tiny bit of space left there. So I'll just reset it to full. I just got a message now. I want to check out what that is. What I always do is just I always put it before and after. I like the way the background looks. Well, obviously, I don't like the way she looks. She looks a little bit too dark over there. So what we're going to do here is we are going to. I think I'm going to use a mask instead of using just a. So I'm going to use a radial mask, a radial mask. So you can press J to get that, just to brighten her up a little bit. So I'll put it on her face mostly because I want the hottest part of the radial mask to be on the face. As you can see, the feathering is all. I'll put it. It's around somewhere there. I think it's let's say 50% is good. And we just brighten her up a little bit to bring back a little bit of those details. My clipping warning is on for the shadow as well as for the highlight. So far I like this. I am going to adjust a little bit of contrast around her and lower a little bit of the highlights and just a little bit of the white. Not too much, just a tiny bit. Then I'll go to my global light adjustment. Increase the light slightly, increase the highlight, and I do this. And I'm just thinking about working on the white balance as well. We could bring it there, but I'll bring it here because I feel like the green pops a bit more there. And on my highlights, I'll come back here again. So I'll come back I'll bring a new mask, and I'm just gonna do a brush. So let's just, okay, I'm just gonna do a mask here because I feel like it's a little too much. The feathering, we bring it up a little bit more, just around her over there. I'm going to lower this. So there is the mask that we have. Then I'm going to lower a bit of that. I'm going to add another mask here, reduce the size. No, that's too much because it is further there. And that is perfect. So another thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to get a radial mask because I want to create. No, let me not get a radial one. I'm actually going to get a gradient one. A gradient mask here. And I'm going to add a bit of fog. I'm going to add another one, another mask, another gradient one here. And now it's there actually, just there, like it's a bit there. So what I'm going to add is fog. So to add fog, I'm going to come to the effect, to my dehaze. If I do this, it's going to add less fog. If I do this, it's going to add a bit more. Sort of a foggy image. Then all over the texture. I'm not going to add green. So clarity does that. This add that. So it just adds that very good bokeh. As you can see the before and after. We'll go back to the edit tab. As you can see, the before and after. So here below, I'm going to make it slightly darker. So I'm going to add another gradient mask as well. Here below, just gonna make it dark just so that I can isolate the subject a little better. And same thing in terms of effect. I'm going to dehaze it a little bit, lower the clarity and lower the texture as well. And then I'll do the same thing on the side again. And we're going to add another one here. Intersect. Can actually intersect two. Going clear this first one, delete this one. I'm going to add, okay. So if I lower just slightly bit there, but I think I might actually change the direction on this one. Add another gradient one. Somewhere there. And there we go. You can see for yourself. So now I can work on my picture globally. And you can see even if I'm working on it globally, it's not disturbing the photo per se. So I haven't even touched your skin yet. So we come back here on the skin. Okay, there's a little bit of pimple. I won't do much of this spot removal. Here I'll just do for the big pimple. Just a heal tool. It's not a big issue. Yeah, that's fine. We go back to how the picture looks like. And then I am just going to sync all of this. Control A, Shift S. I'm also going to do the masking as well as the cropping because the person is in the center. It's going to take some time because as I'm doing it, yeah, the masking, there was no AI masking there, which is good. So it's pretty fast because there was no AI masking. And you can see for yourself, looks good. I got all my masks as well in there. The person is on this in the center. That's why I always center my photo. And yeah, this looks good, really, really good. This looks really, really good. And yeah, that's most of the photo done so fast. There we go. So I'm loving all of this. And you can see for yourself before and after. The color looks good. There are a few things that we could change in terms of colors, but they're mostly already there. So here, for example, my masking might have intruded on a face. So you can see around the chest area there, it's a little too white. So I'm just gonna take another tool here. This mask here is a bit too much on the face. This one is fine. This one, yeah, this one might just go because picture doesn't need it. Delete this. There we go. These ones are fine. I just need a new mask, just a brush. Okay, I'm just going to do there and just lower the exposure just a little bit. I might actually lower the highlight, but there. We good. I'm going to sync these two photos because they are the same position. I think I was doing sort of a rough out shoot there. Replace the mask. Going to replace all the mask. There we go. Like it better. Like it much better. We're going to grab this mask again. Just want it to appear and just move it a little bit. As you can see, it makes editing a little faster and a little better. This is how you edit fast in Photoshop. Remember, it's about 13 photos and pretty much none of them is a miss. So I am going to bring another mask again here, just a normal brush, just around this area because the color is a bit too white, and lower a bit of that. So some of those details do count, especially for me because somebody may not see that. I'm actually gonna bring another one here again. Just lower the size. Tiny details, but these details do count. There we go. I'm pretty happy with most of them. You can see the before and after of all the photo. I'll select them all. Then open as objects in Photoshop. We open as object and they are loading, obviously. Oh, by the way, I'm using like sort of a remote. This is the XP pen. Oops. Yeah, you see. This is my XP pen remote controller. It allows me to get all my shortcuts here. I've put most of my shortcuts here. I'll show you also a snippet of it. This really allows me to edit faster, especially in terms of zooming, zoom out, volume control. I use it for volume control on my computer as well, and zooming in and zooming out as well. Is that the last photograph? I think so. Yeah, it is the last photograph. So if I come here, it's on my zoom. As you can see, it's zooming in. You have a little bit of an indication down there. So you can see all the details. If I press this, press J, K, if I have to bring a new layer, all of those things. So you have all of that. And I also have my tablet here, which has also some very useful stuff that I use all the time. So Control C, generally Control C is something. So everything that I have, all the shortcuts, everything that takes me like 2 buttons to press or 3, I've put it either here or on my graphic tablet. And I also have some of my action, which I always use. I always use these actions actually. So, and I actually need to automate a new action. I need to automate the action for cropping the image for the Instagram size with generative expand. But I don't automate that because I have to sometimes check what the image looks like. So this is my skin filter, my skin finder filter. But I always don't like the work that it does sometimes on the person. So that's why sometimes I always have to come back and open it up. We'll bring this one down here. Just add the tolerance there. And I think we can smooth out the skin a bit better. So I prefer doing skin finer. I can do actually all the frequency separation thing. But with skin finer, it just should I say it's faster? Not necessarily faster, but it is slightly better because it allows us to. It's automatic. It's automated. It's not as good as obviously when I'm doing like one photo, like a high end work. I would sometimes or generally use frequency separation. I do have my actions here, as you can see. I also have frequency separation, but I think I need to create a better one because the one I have sometimes works a bit funny. So here I bring all the data, then I'll bring a new layer, zoom in. So this layer I'm bringing is normally for me to work on the skin. So new layer, just take a my brush tool, my spot healing tool, and work on the skin. This, as I said, it's a fast editing. I'm not really very concerned about some of those things. ZAI, it allows me just to fit the screen. And there we go. And then after here, normally what I'll do is color grade my image. I do have my LUTs. It works a lot so well on all of the photo that I do. I'll press, for example, this light called Aisha. Give me or pretty much the color that I want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the opacity of the LUT just a little bit. And I am pretty much where I want to be. I just want to work on the brightness a little bit and a little bit of contrast. And just add a little bit of contrast there. And I'm going to come to my curve tool, lower curve a little bit. Then control inverted because I need to use a brush. Then I'm going to paint white where I don't want this too much brightness. For example, there. And there, just to get a proper uniform look. Then what I'm going to do, click on this mask and come to my feather. Just feather the mask a little bit and press OK. And there we go. This is a before and after. You see all those spots where it was a little too white. I could do the same thing with the face just to brighten the face a little bit. But one of the easiest way to do that is just to press the M tool, come to your feather to bring it all the way up here, put it on the face, and then you can come to let's change this to an eclipse tool because the eclipse tool will probably follow the shape of the face a little bit more. Press V and we'll just move the eclipse tool a little bit there. It's already feathered. Press enter, press the curve. There we go. You see that? Face is a bit brighter. There we see the face is a bit brighter. So obviously we don't want those lines. We'll go back here, press again, and then we can feather it. We feather it there. Go back and you can see what the face just pops a little bit there. And now the face is a bit, when you add lights, you have to work on color as well. So we come into the yellow. As you can see, the yellow is there. I want to move it to the red a little bit, especially for the face, because everything looks, and it actually kind of like this as well. It's making it pop a little bit more. So let's come to the green and just see where the greens are. Making it pop, and I like that. I'm gonna come into my color balance in the mid-tone. She's sitting in the mid-tone. We can add yellow, nah, but I want her to pop a little bit more. Bring her, you can bring her here or somewhere there, right? I like this blue look, not too much. If I add blue in the mid-tone, which means in the shadow, I might just add a little bit of red. There we go. I like that better. So this one, because they have, I'll put them up. I'll put them up here. Copy everything. That's why I have this. This is an image one. So I'm going to do the crop. My crop is generally something like this. I always center my subject and I'm going to come to my AI expand over there. It's going to analyze the photo and render everything, and that's how you edit a photo. Basically, I'll do the same thing for pretty much all the photos that are left. So we're just going to do into the AI thing, and I just want to make sure that it doesn't create any wonky images. This is one of the only time where I use AI. I might actually add maybe, let's say, a butterfly. I'll probably just add a butterfly somewhere. Oh, say it's encountering an issue. Okay, cool. So we're going to do it section by section. So sometimes this AI thing might be thinking that the person in the photo is naked. So let's do this. We just click generative expand. It's going to expand automatically. There we go. It's not too bad. Let's say, oh, the second option is much better. I like the second option better. This one should be even faster and easier. So there we go. Generate. I do like also doing a lot of black and white photos. So I'll show you how I convert my picture in black and white. There is on Photoshop here, as you can see, there is like a black and white. There is a black and white option there. We're just gonna do this so that I can show you. So here on Photoshop, there is, as you can see, a black and white option there, but I don't do that. So what I generally do is I will show you just in a little bit. Yeah, okay, so the expand is finished on that side as well. Which one looks better actually? Let's see the first one. Yeah, the first one is good. And with generative expand, you can actually get more details if you press this. So if you come on an image and you press on top here, it's generally a button that comes up here. You see something like that. It will add more detail on your photo, but I'm not. Oof, I pressed it. So I just wait for it to add more details on this photo. Enhancing details, it's going to enhance the details. Just something I really don't need. Just cancel. It's not like anybody who's going to pay attention to that. So I'm going to copy all my adjustment layers. And this is my image. This is what it looks like. This is the before and after, before and after, before and after. And I love it. So I have an action as well to save all my photos and close. But I say I'm gonna do some black and white stuff as well. So I'm going to add a gradient map, black and white, reverse it. That's how I do black and white. And I come into my vibrance and saturation, lower all my saturation. Then this gradient map, I just use it to control the contrast of the black and white. So if I want to add a bit more details, I'll add another gradient map and maybe just work on the colors. So for, let's say I add another gradient map here, I reverse it. I want maybe to work on the red, I'll add a red gradient map because that will allow me to add more details. So if I add it here, so I can then change my blending mode to whichever really I feel is good for this picture. So as you can see there with the blending mode, it allows me to get color I want for this picture. I'll save a copy. I have an action tool for saving a copy as well, which makes life super easy. Working with action, for example, I don't have to go to like file, save a copy and all of that shenanigans. It's already going to save a copy for me. Then copy all of my then I'm going to copy all of my adjustment, Control C as I showed you. We'll come to the next photo and just Control paste all of them. And I'll do the same thing what I've done on the other photo as well. So for example here, this one was for the face. So I'll just come and V this. It was for the face, just turn it around for the face. This one was for the torso, and as you can see, I might have to reset this a little bit, so put it back here, replace, Control invert, and take a brush tool and just paint here, paint there. Or what I can do is actually, when I do this, before I just gonna copy all of this But anyway, my brush here is pretty feathered, but it's not doing the thing. Anyway, I'll correct that. So I'm just taking out a little bit too much color, as you can see, because then double click on the mask, then add feathering. As you can see, it has blended much better on the skin. Then I can work on the skin. I'll do the same thing, skin finer. As you can see, it's going to make the skin very smooth. And I'll bring the detail back with an eyepie filter. Then create a new layer and zoom in on the face. Press J, remove the pimple, remove that pimple, remove that pimple, remove those tiny pimple. This is not a beauty shoot, so I don't need to really be on the face a lot. There you go. Zoom out, the fades to screen. So these are my black and white adjustment. Control group them. This is what the picture looks like. Come back here. See, crop, expand, position the model in the middle. Instead of transparent, we come to generative fill. We do this. It's going to hopefully generate. If it doesn't, then I'll have to do it manually again, side by side, and get it generated. And that's how you edit a photo in less than 30 minutes. Because when you do it very fast like this, you can just copy your adjustment and transfer it to each and new photos. So that's how I do it. And it is very, very efficient. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me come back to my main screen here. Let's just finish over here. So that's how you actually edit a photo very, very fast. So that's it actually. And that picture actually came back very, very well. Let's just go back to the second screen. Yeah. So all the adjustments were pretty well done. So this is the before and this is the after, before and after. I do tend to lean a little bit towards the red, as you can see. So that is something that everybody has their preferences. Mine is a little bit more like this. So please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video and peace out. There's probably a few things that I could have done a little bit better, but as you can see already, the picture looks pretty nice. I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe.